Okay, a recent study of business travelers claimed that they spend an average of $41 per day on meals. As a test of this claim, a random sampling of 16 business travelers found that they spent an average of $45 per day. That's the sample, right? With a standard deviation, sample standard deviation, of $3.65. Okay. What are the critical values for a two-tailed test of this claim with alpha 0.05? So I'll give you the first step, null and alternative. We're testing that the population mean is actually $41, right? And we're doing a two-tailed test, so the alternative hypothesis has to be does not equal $41. Because it's two-tailed, just like the last example. Remember, we discussed that. So number 2, the critical value. That's what we're trying to find. Alpha is 0.05. This is two-tailed, right? Because they say a two-tailed test. So these are our two rejection regions here, right? And alpha is 0.05. Is this a z-test or a t-test? Well, we don't know the population standard deviation. We do know the sample standard deviation. So this is going to be a t-test. So 0.05 t-test. For the t-test, we need a little bit more information. We need degrees of freedom. That's n-1. So 16 minus 1 is 15. So alpha is 0.05, t-test, two-tailed, 15 degrees of freedom. Let's see. Here's the t-test. So alpha is 0.05, two-tailed. How many degrees of freedom? 15. Alpha, right. Okay. Two tails, alpha's 0.05, 15 degrees of freedom. So two-tailed, 0.05, 15 degrees of freedom. 2.131 is our critical value. 2.131. So 2.131 here and negative 2.131 there. So the critical value, the t critical value, is 2.131. That's the answer to the question. That's the answer to the question. And so if we go to another step, I'll just show the next step. I'll show it in purple so we know that's not. So we're done with the question there. But if we're going further, now we find our t-test value and we compare it to see if it's in the rejection region. These are our two rejection regions, and this is our non-rejection region. So let's see the formula. T-test. This is chapter 8. T-test. There it is. There it is. T-test. Let's write it. T equals x bar minus the population mean divided by s divided by the square root of n. Okay? X bar is 45. Population mean is 41. S is 3.65 divided by the square root of 16, which is just 4. Let's put this in the calculator. And that numerator is 4 as well, right? So we could probably figure this out without 3 divided by 3.65 divided by 4. 0.2739. Let's rewrite it differently. Let's say 4. Just make sure. See, that's the real answer. Because this is my numerator. And I didn't put my denominator in parentheses. So there's my denominator. 3.65 divided by 4. So 4.38 is our real t-test value, 4.38. That's clearly in my rejection region. So the decision, reject the null hypothesis. Step 5 is take this back to English, really. So we're testing. Oh, this is the claim here. Testing that claim. So since we're rejecting the null hypothesis, we're rejecting the claim that the average amount that they spend is $41 per day. There's enough evidence to say that the travelers did not spend $41 per day. That's it.